What up? It's your boy Nick Incredible, man. And I just seen Attack on Titan Season 3, Part 2, Episode 7. 7, yeah, 7. Okay, man. Before I talk about this episode, I watched like everything that happened in the episode, and I skipped to like and watched the ending part of the episode. And we got to see Eren's father, aka Grisha, as a young kid. But now this is going off in theory territory. Now I'm sure manga readers know, but for anime only watchers, this is going off into theory territory. But from the photo that we found in the basement from Grisha to going to the end of this episode, seeing the picture, and it's a picture. Let's before that happens, let's just talk about that for a moment. Eren and them didn't even know what a picture was. They thought the picture was a portrait. And portraits are portraits where you sat there and someone painted you. They thought the picture was a portrait, and it tells that this is a picture, like a photo picture, and this happened outside the walls, and that people live graciously outside the walls and still laugh. That's a whole nother thing. But what I want to talk about was when we saw the ending video of Grisha as a little boy. Now, they lived somewhere kind of like really wasn't the slum part, but a less privileged part of what we're seeing. And they were separated by a wall too. But it wasn't the super huge walls. It was like your average wall, but then it had a gate to it. But they had a zeppelin flying through the city. They have pictures where they can take pictures, and Grisha had a picture when he was older where they could take pictures. They had a zeppelin. They had brick buildings. They had steel fences. They had automatic guns. Because that's what the soldiers had. And then, like when they showed the pictures of the other side of the city or the walls, it looked like more like white pearly castle type buildings on the other side where Grisha ran to. But okay, now all of this is very confusing to me because I don't read the manga, but all of this seems like very, not so much as futuristic, but very era-esque, to like where where you got automatic weapons, you can take pictures, you have a zeppelin where they can fly through the sky, and all of this stuff. What was the purpose of the walls where Eren and everyone stays at now? But before I keep going into that, what I'm saying is that, and they lived like peacefully, and I'm assuming, but it's still a little struggle because that's even with today's society. You got your higher class, you got your middle class, you got your lower class, and now I'm assuming, now this is me thinking and talking, that whatever the cause, and the Titans stem from whatever Grisha was trying to, I'm assuming it's something like Grisha and them trying to elevate their lifestyle, and that's when the Titans was born. And Reese's family took advantage of the Titans being created, and the people that was under the higher class people trying to live a better life, and that's when they built the walls and brainwashed everybody else and started living that kind of life, and having them afraid of the Titans, and brainwashed everybody to think that the Titans ruined society. And they kept them complacent by telling them that there's no civilization outside these walls. The Titans have destroyed everything, but the Titans are human. They can just transform into Titan. This is like, I love Attack on Titan, and like these past couple of episodes were nothing but action and emotion, and I love episodes like that, and it gives you everything you need. But these, hold on, give me a minute. Okay, I don't know why that happened, but moments like this, we need episodes like this too, where we have and we gained knowledge because we finally got to the basement. Okay, now I'm just going to start talking about the episode. We finally got to the basement, and we see that Eren's father left him. The key didn't work at first on the door. So let's talk about that for a moment. Levi just straight kicked the door. I mean, he put a hole through the door with his move, and he just kicked the door. So that was one of my favorite moments of this entire episode, where he kicked the door in. But so we get to the basement, and we're looking, and they're searching, and we find a photo, and this goes back to what I was saying at the very beginning of my video, but a photo. They didn't even know it was a photo. They didn't know what coffee was. Bertolt Reiner and someone told me the dude's name, which is Zeke, and he's Eren's brother. That's a surprise. But I'm assuming that's him in the photo. Oh, that could be true. Okay, so if Zeke is Eren's brother, that's Zeke in the photo with Grisha? No. Could that be Grisha and his mom and dad when he was a kid? Because if that's the case, then that means they had photos like way back. Okay, this is getting real heavy, man. This is a real type, like, oh man, this is crazy, because I don't know who particularly is in the photo, but it could be Grisha as a grown man with Zeke and his mom, or it could be Grisha as a kid with his mom and his father. But either way, it's a photo, and Eren and them didn't even know about photography. They didn't know what coffee was. Now, Bertolt Reiner and Zeke, they knew because they come from the other civilization that's living out there. Okay, so they know all of this stuff, but they didn't know what coffee was. They said some kind of brown liquid. They didn't know what coffee was. They didn't know about photographs. All of this stuff is stuff that is so weird, because I need to know more, and I feel like the only way I'm gonna know more is if I read the manga. But I'm really enjoying just watching the episodes, getting more information. But there's a zeppelin, automatic guns, and everything. And I'm hoping the next episode is a complete flashback episode to where we know more, because this is getting really deep, man. This is getting very, very deep, and it's a lot deeper than what I thought it was. But I'm gonna talk about the other stuff, because if not, I'm gonna keep talking about this, man. And this is because this is some stuff, man. This is some stuff you can really dive in and talk about. But what else happened this episode? We see a flashback of Erwin talking about them changing the textbooks, because stuff like that shouldn't be happening in the textbooks, like the way that they worded everything about the end of civilization and stuff. So that was nice, and that was pretty much true if you think about it. But another part that I really wanted to talk about was Armin. Now, I can understand completely how Armin feels, like how he was like, well, all of this happened to me, and then all of a sudden you guys decided to bring me back, and why me, and now I'm a Titan and stuff. That's totally understandable. But at the same time, you sacrificed yourself, and they seen that. So just take it. Just I know it's gonna be a little hard to deal with, because let's be real, you had to eat another person, but let's just take it and just go with it, Armin. I mean, because you were on the verge of death, and Mikasa and Eren fought to give you this shot, but everybody else was okay with giving you the shot. So just take your second chance of life, and just live it, man, and don't make a big deal about it. But I could understand where he's coming from, man. It is a complete shock, and to have that happen to you, I could kind of understand where he's coming from. But man, and seeing him struggle with it and everything was really good. They showed that very nicely. But I can understand where the problem he was having with having that done to him. He didn't make the choice; it was made for him. And why me? You could have saved Erwin, and I you didn't need me. You needed. So I could understand where all the trauma and everything was kind of coming from with that. But man, I really want to keep talking about that other stuff. But I'll be here all day if I keep going because there's so much that dives into that, man. But this is your boy Dick Incredible, man. This episode wasn't really a lot, but it gave us a lot of information and hopefully leading into next week's episode, it is gonna be a flashback of Grisha and everything and how the Titans started. I'm hoping. But this is your boy Dick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.